and a trooper later clocked Carlos going 86 miles an hour in the 65 mile per hour zone on Interstate 81 near Binghamton. So while the real driver was waking up, he asked Carlos, "Why are you driving so fast?" And Carlos told him it was because the police were chasing him. So then Carlos soon crashed and both suffered minor injuries. Carlos was charged with fleeing police and driving without a license. It wasn't clear if he has a lawyer. So how about that, man? You're an Uber driver. You pick up a fare, and you go 200 miles. It's a good fare. You're going to make some decent money on it, right? And you start getting tired. It's late. It's a 200-mile drive. And you're like, hey, man, would you mind grabbing the wheel for a little while? That's probably against Uber rules. But,
it's totally against Uber rules. That guy's not an Uber driver anymore.
Yeah, no. So he gives up his spot in the driver's seat, and this dude, Juan Carlos, is like, yeah, man, I can drive the car, man. And he starts doing 90 miles an hour, gets in a police chase, and crashes. What do you... I mean, that's just a total... I don't know about all that, man.
All right, so I want to go to Mudcat. I don't think we talked about this. Panama Papers.
Yeah, the Panama Papers is something I've been seeing a lot of the last few days or so. And apparently what it is it's apparently a whole bunch of documents got leaked. A whole bunch of documents pertaining information about a bunch of offshore bank accounts that belong to people like Jackie Chan, to people like Messi, the soccer player, to people like Vladimir Putin. These offshore bank accounts that have millions and billions of dollars in them, so they can, get away from being taxed and et cetera, et cetera. So it's actually pretty corrupt when you think about it, and it's not good, and apparently we should care about it a lot.
I'm looking at it right now, and it says, what are the Panama Papers? Well, the ICIJ and an international coalition of media outlets investigated the trove of papers, which allegedly revealed a clandestine network involving associates of Russian President Vladimir Putin and business ties between a member of FIFA's ethics committee and men whom the United States has indicted for corruption. Let's see. Iceland names a new prime minister amid Panama Papers fallout. So Iceland changed basically their leader over this whole deal. Why do they call them the Panama Papers? Well, there's more than 11 million documents which date back 4 decades, and they're all allegedly connected to Panama law firm Mossack Fonseca. And the reports that the firm helped establish secret shell companies and offshore accounts for global power players. The reports say that 2015 audits found that Mossack Fonseca knew the identities of the real owners of just 204 of the 14,086 companies it had incorporated in Seychelles? How do you say that? An Indian Ocean archipelago often described as a tax haven. These are a lot of big words that I am having a hard time reading and pronouncing. A, because my glasses are fogged up because it's hot as balls in here, and B, because I'm not very knowledgeable. Anyway,
well, pretty much
anything with legal lawyers and breaking the law is hard to interpret and read.
Yes.
Well, pretty much.
Any article written by Goldberg or Sandberg, I have a tough time understanding. So I'm just saying.
So let's run down it really quick.
I'm not very knowledgeable.
Who is mentioned in the documents? The documents reference 12 current or former world leaders, as well as 128 other politicians and public officials. In addition to allegations involving associates of Putin, the Russian leader isn't himself mentioned by name in any of the documents. And the papers also accuse the Prime Minister of Iceland of having ties through his wife to an offshore company that were not properly disclosed, while Argentina's president is alleged to have failed to disclose links to a company in his asset declarations. So basically, people are hiding money over there.
To get away from taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, Bernie Sanders is going to come in and avoid all this. He's going to tax all the rich at 90%. And all this stuff here isn't going to happen again, right?
Unless their bank accounts are offshore.
Well,
which is why they're doing it.
Yeah, let's.
If you buy that condo in Lebanon, I'll give you 2 other ones for free.
All right, well, listen, let's skip through how the accused have responded, and let's skip through how...
let's talk about the Republican Party and what's going on, the corruption within.
Hold on. Let's get to this last part here.
All right.
I'm not worried about how they got the documents right now. I'm going to keep it short. But what are the consequences of this leak? They say the biggest consequence of the leak is the massive blow to secrecy, the biggest selling point of offshore tax havens. The offshore world really only has one product, and that is secrecy. And when you take away that product, they don't have anything for sale. For years and years, they've been getting away with the secrecy. And we're also seeing in the documents that every time the governments and the authorities try to crack down, they're finding new ways to get around those obstacles or barriers. So is this maybe a planned thing that they did it on purpose so that there could be a new world order or a global monetary,
it's part of it.
Am I calling that out right now just because I'm so knowledgeable?
It's part of it, dude.
I hope this goes global. I hope everybody's like...
Are you guys familiar with the Carlyle Group?
The Carlyle, Belinda Carlyle, yeah.
What?
Belinda Carlyle?
And like Bill Carlyle?
The Bush 1 is a member. I think Bush 2 is a member.
I'm not really sure, Pops. I'm just messing with you.
But anyhow, they're former leaders from all over the world formed this thing, and it's a business group. They buy up struggling companies, but they get investments. This is a group that... And they pay guys like Bush $400,000 or Clinton to go make speeches and that. It's a money deal, but one of the things when the 9/11 happened, and if you remember, Bush 2 was in Sarasota.
Yeah, at school.
And one of the things that they had to do after this was all Saudi Arabia in those planes.
Well, that's what they
and
tell
one of
us.
the things they had to do was get Osama bin Laden's brother
out of the country.
$200 million so he could get the fuck out of the country.
Yeah.
But he had invested $200 million into the Carlyle. And they were, when Bush was running around, they were struggling to get the $200 million cash to give to bin Laden so he'd get out of Dodge. But that's published in books. I mean...
Yeah.
I mean...
all
Well,
right, so hold on. I just want to break this up for a moment because I just like to do something that I thought was funny, and I just like to say the word fart because I think that's funny, and what you guys are saying sucks. So can we get a little bit back more into like Amy Schumer? I think she was like adorably beautiful.
Who?
Amy Schumer. You know who
Amy Schumer? I know who Amy Schumer
Wasn't
is.
she on like wasn't she on something recently, like the Emmys or something like
She's
that?
going to be
I think as far
public.
as recent times go, Amy Schumer is the most obnoxious female comedian alive.
But you love her because of that, don't you?
I think she's obnoxious.
And you love her because of that.
Incorrect.
Mudcat does not love her. I love her, Kev. What
I think Amy Schumer's cool. What I really like about her is that she's
with the secrecy.
What the hell is this?
And we're also seeing in documents that
You don't like her, Miss Jenny.
No. What I like about her is that she's going to be posing nude again, not fully nude, but like covering up her privates, but without clothes on. As a plus-size model. She's not afraid of her little fat rolls and her little, not perfect body.
She's hot as hell, dude.
Have you seen the pictures that
That
she's
side, man. She's like, she tries way too hard to do like the inner comedy. It's all the same shit. If you've seen one stand-up comedy from Amy Schumer, you've seen...
Yeah, but you could say that about anybody, really, man.
It's interesting that Jaybert doesn't want to do any business with Goldberg or Sandberg, but he loves listening to Amy Schumer.
Well, that's because Jay likes chicks and Camden doesn't,
I do not have a problem with all Jews, only guy Jews. Women Jews I love. I mean, there are some extremely beautiful Jewish women out there.
Have you seen...
Do you know that in the history of empires, all through history, do you know the successful empires, the ones that really lasted for years, do you know who they got to run their banks? Jews.
Yeah, they control the media too,
and
you
they believe that you need to check.
They control bagels too.
That's true.
It reminds me of a story. Do you know the difference between karate and judo, Camden?
Why don't you just go ahead and tell me, Kevin?
Karate is for self-defense, and judo is for making bagels.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, I gotta tell you truthfully. That freaking joke was funny. Real funny in like episode 12.
6 months ago.
Episode 12. All right, we're on 32. It was pretty funny in episode 22 and kind of funny in episode 29, but now that we're in like episode 32.
All right, I got something funny for you guys. I don't know how hip you are with talk radio as much as I am. That's all I listen to, unless I'm playing a couple of CDs or whatever in my car. There's something that's been taking over YouTube. They've been taking over the Donald Trump campaign. They've been on every major radio talk radio program, and it's hilarious. It's 2 black women named Diamond and Silk. Have you heard of them?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Camden has not. I'm sure Pops probably hasn't. Maybe you have.
What's that?
Pop's seen them.
Diamond and Silk. These are 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these Trump support. I want to play a little clip of them. They're so funny, man. All right, check them out. Here we go. There you go.
In this time, we are reporting about Donald Trump. As you know, Donald Trump today, he went to the Mexican border to see about that wall at the border.
And now remember, Diamond's like the one that talks, and Silk is like the backup, like the hype girl, you know.
Goes to the border to see what's going on at that border. But some things has pissed me off. And before I get started, I got some people that I got to get straight.
All right.
Because, you know, you fucking with the Trump.
Uh-oh.
And you don't need to be fucking with our future president. Okay? Okay.
That's
Okay.
right.
Let's first start with Montel
they
Brian
pro-Trump?
Anthony Williams, which is
Okay.
Montel Williams.
Okay.
Now, you know, the other day on CNN, Montel Williams called Donald Trump a punk. A punk, And my thing is, I'm thinking, okay, so why you calling him a punk?
Yeah.
Or did he say it on CNN, or he said it on a video and CNN played it? I think that's how it was.
Okay.
Anywho, the word punk was in there. The word punk was Montel Williams' tagline. And what I'm pissed off is, Montel Williams can call everybody a punk, but what about when you had the Montel Williams show back in the day, and when you was taking punk in your audience with that damn psychic there, and half the time she would be saying shit, biting her nails, and the shit wouldn't be true. So who's the punk now? You remember that? So before you start calling people punks and shit, Montel, check your own shit, okay? Check your own status before you start calling Donald Trump a punk, okay? All right. Lindsey Graham. He had the nerves to call Donald Trump a jackass the other day. And my thing is, okay, now, you didn't think his ass was a jackass when you was trying to get his money?
No.
Wasn't you trying to jack Donald's ass for his money?
Yes.
Whenever you was running some kind of campaign?
Oh.
But when you wanted his money, it was all gravy. Now today, he's a jackass.
He's a jackass.
All I say
He's a
is, if
jackass.
you out there trying to jack
All right, Jay, role
another
play with me
ass
here.
for their
You
money,
ready? All right, I'm gonna be Diamond, you be Silk, or no, you be Diamond, I'll be Silk.
All right.
All right.
Listen, you guys do not know what you're talking about when you be calling Donald Trump a racist.
Donald Trump, traces, racist.
All right, let me tell you, because I've been watching Donald Trump on the news for 30 years, and I guarantee you this man means what he says he's going to do is real, and I know he will do what he's going to do.
I know. You've seen it and you know it.
You love it too, right?
I do. I love it.
So that's why we're going to just go ahead and take this on out, and we're going to tell you, Donald Trump for president 2016,
2016.
bitches. Because we love Donald Trump.
All right, let's change it up to something completely different from Trump, but you still be Diamond, I'll be Silk. All right, go ahead. Anything else?
Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh my God, if you're not going to come out and see the monster trucks this week, I don't know what you're doing.
Monster trucks.
We got Gravedigger.
They got Gravedigger.
We got Bigfoot.
Everybody love Bigfoot.
We got Anderson coming over here. We got Snoop Dogg.
Preach on.
We got some other great big trucks coming. They're going to bust some shit up in this stadium, and you haven't seen nothing till you smell the methane kicking.
What the fuck fuck are you even talking about, dude? I can't be your hype dude for that. That was methane. What?
Come on, man. You just told me anything.
Yeah, well,
this wasn't pre-rehearsed. You were just like anything, and I just turned it.
Dude, that's like, you ever seen those videos where the people are rapping?
Kevin, look at me. I have sweat dripping down my fucking head, man. Look.